Hi, Dr. Heather here from Wellspring Chiropractic Lifestyle Center. Today we are talking about how to get your energy back up again. And one of the tools that I found really useful is for helping people to shift from being carb burners to fat burners. So a carb burner is somebody that is relying on energy for their body and their brain, and it's in the form of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the easiest things for our bodies to use as fuel, but they burn in a very dirty way compared to fat, which burns in a clean way. What I mean by that is if you think of in your home, if you have a propane stove and you have a wood stove, the wood stove is like the carb burning. It's very dirty. The smoke that comes out of that, you better have a flue to carry that smoke out of the house. Whereas a propane gas stove, that burns so clean that you only need your fan for the food that's cooking that is letting go of smoke or odors. But the flame itself burns so cleanly. And fat burns very cleanly in our bodies. So if you are a carb burner, one of the problems with that is it takes so much more energy. You have to be detoxing your body of all that residual from the burning of that fuel. However, if you're a fat burner, it's a much cleaner burn, so you don't need to use extra energy trying to keep your body clean. The other benefit of fat burning versus carb burning is a big peak and then a drop. So people oftentimes will crash in their energy levels if they run out of carbs to burn. And then you better get those next carbs in or your energy is going to tank. If you are a fat burner, you're going to have a steady flow of fuel, and that steady flow keeps your energy level very level as well. So I do recommend shifting from carb burning towards fat burning if you're looking for more resilience and more energy. And the easiest way to do that is something called intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting means that you're going to compress the hours of the day that you're eating. Instead of, say, waking up at 7 a.m. and having breakfast, and then going through the day, having lunch and snacks, and then having supper and finishing eating around 7, that's a 12-hour eating cycle. If you compress that down into 8 hours or even 6 hours so that your first meal starts maybe at noon and your last meal ends at 6, that's 6 hours of eating. Now, during that time, you're not going to be eating less, you're just eating less often. So you may eat more food in a meal during that time, but after 6 p.m., you now have a long time, many hours before the next meal starts at noon the next day. The best way to move into this, I find, is that you, in the morning, just wait before you eat your breakfast. Instead of eating it automatically at the time that you usually do, wait until you actually start to feel hungry and then have a good healthy fat as the first food that you're going to eat, rather than putting a carb in there, which just sets that carb fire going. And so instead, put a healthy fat in there. Bacon and eggs might be the perfect breakfast for you. And when we say breakfast, it means the meal that is breaking the fast. But that breaking of the fast may happen at noon. It may be midday as your first meal. Now, some people, they really love to eat that first meal early in the day. And then so what you want to do is just make sure you're eating enough and enough of those healthy fats during your 6 to 8 hour window so that at the end of that time, say in the mid-afternoon when you're having your last meal, you're going to be sustained through the rest of your day. I hope that you found that this was useful. If you did, please share it with friends and family, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon.